stone-armored men outside of the caverns, you settled down for a quick rest before heading in, where you began to wander through the winding cave network. There you came across a set of chests with some rewards in, Sam receiving a rapier that gave off a dim light when unsheathed. But as you tried to press forward, a voice called out to you, bidding you to leave his domain and leave him to his duty. A few of you continued to press and insulted him, which caused him to temporarily flood the caverns, with a few of you almost falling prey to the large surge of water that pushed through. Outside, you camped for the night, keeping a watch as the other four, Gwen, Jesse, Vera, and Damien, joined you. The next day, you pressed in, winding along a little further, where both Rose and Bryce crawled through a small tunnel which led them to a large lake with a plateau in the center, where stood a man encrusted in barnacles carrying a trident. They engaged in a bit of conversation before Bryce lashed out with a lightning bolt. And during the combat, water swelled up and down as the rest of you had to push a good 200 feet through the caverns to reunite. With the brutal battle between you, this guardian Gar, as he was called, and his stone golem that lumbered in from the shadows at the back. You were successful in defeating him, but following the end of the battle, Rose fell, her power fading, and as you brought her ashore, Bryce took the strange serpentine fish artifact out of the node of water that Gar was protecting and jammed it into Rose's chest, reigniting her magical essence. And that's where we left off. So as Rose sits up, her green room lit once more, the four who joined you, invited you on this small adventure, stare at Bryce, who had how did as David sort of looks at what he's got, how in the fuck does that work? Bryce shrugs, unsure of what this thing is. For Vera steps forward. Maybe we should get out and rest for the night. He gives a small nod. Let's get out of here. You all move out, Kaha taking the trident that Gar possessed with him. And you all settle outside back at your makeshift camp, tucked in a small alcove. And you can have a long rest. Are you guys doing anything in that time?
Well, Rose is understandably slightly as shell-shocked as a Warforged can be. She is going to try and reach out to the Wild Mother to find out what she saw and what she felt and try and make sense of it.
Yes, you stand there stock still, listening for any guidance. It's mostly quiet, but as you listen deeply, you notice nature all around you is deathly quiet, like something has been wrong. What about the rest of you?
I'm going to sleep.
You're going to sleep and attune to your trident?
Yes, I will attune to my trident and then sleep.
Okay. Checking. Yeah.
Rose will keep watch while she's sort of trying to mentally reach out and find out more information about what she heard and what she saw.
Bryce does not have a pearl worth one.
I have the pearl. I just refuse to hand it over because Dal left it. You can borrow it.
Yeah, so Bryce, well, that's something for him to do once he gets back for identify. The rest of you all settling down for the night then?
Yep. Yeah.
Toll wants a word with his patron before he goes to sleep.
Yep. So I'm going to have everybody leave the chat aside from Arsons.
At 8.
Everyone is. Okay. So after a little bit of time, Dole comes back, settles down to rest, perhaps.
Yep.
Nothing's
changed.
For Rose, that's what you were mentioning about. You've never heard it before, but perhaps you could research it. And Rose is going to keep watch for the night, as Warforged do not need sleep. Any interaction between you guys? Anything you want to do?
I'm good.
Okay.
Unless someone wants to come and interrupt my trying to sleep, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yes. So you all sleep. Kaha attuning to his new trident. And I need you to add this. Hang on. I need you to add that to your sheet, Gilby.
Is it coming up under the
Should be on your Discord, yeah.
on Discord, right?
Personal message.
Yep. There we go. Alright.
Okay, and you can have that as well.
Ooh. Well, that's pretty.
Right. So you guys pack up your camp in the morning, have a little breakfast cooked by Nudesi this time, and you begin your journey back to Whitestone, the artifact in tow, which Bryce keeps very close to him and doesn't openly display or look at it. Takes you a few days, slow pace. You're still a little weary from fighting Gar, a little distracted. But over that time, you notice on Kaha, where he holds his trident, barnacles starting to grow in his hand and up his arm.
Well, that's a little creepy.
Oh,
The wee
pretty
bit-
cool.
You guys eventually make it back to Whitestone. The four heading back to the inn to rest. But as you walk through the Dawnfather Square, there is a town crier out in the middle, stood on a small platform. Hear ye, hear ye. Margrave of Westron assassinated. He goes on detailing further, less important news.
Well, that can't be a good sign.
Not at all.
Guys,
Yeah.
what's Westron?
Where we are.
Thought this was Whitestone.
Western is another place.
Okay, who's
Oh,
this Margrave fella?
He's a bit of a dick, but someone really must have pissed somebody off this time.
He was very important.
Okay, one last question. What did that big word mean?
Killed.
Which one? Killed.
Shit times for him, innit?
Well, he's like some kind of noble, isn't he?
He was the ruler of Westron.
Yeah. So,
Probably made some enemies.
of course, he would have some enemies.
Rose wants to go up to Town Crier and ask if he has any further information or rumours. Like what
Yeah,
actually happened.
You approach him, and he's fairly solitary on his little podium. He sees you approach. Can I help?
I heard the Margrave was murdered. What happened? Surely you've heard rumours around?
Nasty business. Only thing we've been known, it was a blade put right through his chest. How the assassin got in, we don't know. There's been no allowance to speak with his dead soul, so we'll never find out. Captain of the guard was killed too, so whoever managed to get in was likely very skilled.
Thank you for your time.
No problem. And he goes back to his announcements, repeating them every few minutes.
I'm gonna head for the blacksmith.
Yep, you head for the blacksmiths.
I want to try and find like a bookshop.
Yeah, there's the library, which if you ask, you can easily find it.
Yeah, I'll make my way towards there.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Sam will probably just call someone, I think.
Guys, how are we going about getting paid for the job we just did?
To do that, you would return to the estate of the Grand Mistress, but Damien has said he will deal with the payment and give you all what you're owed. So, Sam, who are you following? You've got Tartarus heading to the blacksmith. Rose is heading off to the library. Bryce has headed off to do his own thing for the moment, which leaves just Kaha and Dal standing in the middle of
Just gonna look over at Dol and go, pub?
Miss that, you cut out.
That's it. Just look at you and go, pub.
Pub.
That's it.
So you
I'll
do
follow
head,
them.
you three head to the inn while while Tartarus and Rose head off to do their own thing. One moment. Right. So, Rose, you ask around a little bit, being given a few odd glances before people point you in the way of the library, which is in the northwestern end of town. And you read the sign for the local library and head inside a small gnomish man at the desk. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm new to this part, and I was looking
Oh, I
for
can
some
tell.
information about.
Yes,
Um,
yeah.
I've heard a piece of poetry, and I can't place where I've heard it before, but I know I've heard it. Is anyone else with me, by the way, or is it just me on my
No,
own?
it's just you.
Okay.
You've not heard this poem before, except
Right.
in a dream.
Yeah. In that case, so if I recite it to him, he isn't gonna sort of have an idea.
You can recite it if you want.
Yeah, so I'll sort of relay it to him and say, does this mean anything to you?
Yes, and you recite it to him. He furls his brow a bit, thinking it over. Can't say I've ever heard that one. Quite dark, isn't it?
Yeah. It may have, I may be misquoting it. Have you got any books on the Wild Mother and religion of any form?
Oh, plenty. If you head 3 aisles down, take a right. There's a whole section on the prime deities.
Okay, I'll carry on down. I'm looking in particular for books on artifacts relating to the Wild Mother, or just any form of sort of, information that might shed light on what I've heard.
Make me an investigation.
My investigation's not very good. Pow. Yeah, that's not great.
You don't really know your way around. Like, you've been used to sort of political interaction, diplomatic and such. So finding your way through a library is not really your cup of tea, as it is. And so you pick out a few books, start thumbing through them, but nothing seems to catch your eye. The matches the most written about artifact that you come across is the conflux, which was recently discovered, a vestige of divergence held by one of the heroes of Vox Machina, which is a staff of vines curling at.
As I read about this, I'll put my hand on the holy symbol that's sort of linked to that, and I'll just kind of say to the world in general, sort of, what am I looking for? What should I do? Hoping to kind of glean something. Oh, I should have put one of my totems up. I think it gives me bonus on checks. Damn it.
Your small prayer doesn't necessarily fall unanswered, but you feel a slight tug away from all the books.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, what I missed? Sorry.
You are back in Whitestone.
Okay.
You've gone off to do your own thing. And the Kaha now has barnacles on his arm.
Okay. We didn't gain anything money-wise, did we? Just a quick question.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and the Margrave's been assassinated.
That's it.
Oh, fun! Carry on.
Yeah, that minor detail.
That is quite minor. I didn't need to know that. Carry on.
I wasn't going to tell him because he was supposed to have gone off and done his own thing, but hey,
Oh, darn what?
it's fine.
I thought he was there at the time before he went off.
No, he went off when you got back.
Sorry.
Right.
I'm guessing you would have overheard us walking around.
Possibly. He may have passed through the Dawnfire Square and heard it.
I've got 19 passive perception. I probably would have picked that up.
Tartarus, you headed to the blacksmith.
Sorry, you said I was feeling a pull away from the books. Was
Sort
it
of
to
like
anywhere
away-
in particular, or
Away from the library, there was something sort of nudging you out of the library, as it were.
I'm going to sort of kind of clear my mind and just walk and see where I end up.
Okay. Tartarus, you went to the blacksmith.
Yep.
What were you looking for at the blacksmith?
Hello again, Master Blacksmith.
Oh, hello again. How can I help?
I wondered if you could make some, how do you call it? Engravements on my axe.
That should be entirely possible. Are we talking engraving into wood, into metal?
To metal, if possible.
That should not be too much for hard work. Mind if I see said weapon?
Yep, I'm gonna make my hand axe appear.
My
I'm
mind.
gonna hand it over.
You hand it over to him?
Yep.
He takes a look. He sort of does a few taps against the metal. Quite unique. This bit of an interesting job for sure. What you wanted engraven in it?
A name.
Okay.
I think it deserves one.
Sure. Well, this will take me better of a part of a day if you want it
Sure.
nicely done in.
How much would it cost?
Say for something like this, 20 gold pieces should be ample for the time. If it took longer, I would charge you more, but I can get this done within the day.
Fair enough. Can you write it in Elvish?
Well, I can have I'll get one of my lads to write up the word in Elvish script, and I'll copy it from there. What word were you?
Lightbane.
Lightsbane. Yeah, I can get that done for you.
Thank you.
Come back. Come back
Tomorrow morning?
tomorrow
Okay.
morning. Tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Okay, see you then.
Thanks, doing business.
And I'm gonna head to the inn.
Bryce, what are you doing?
Well, I would have gone to try and collect money because I need money before going to the magic shop.
Yeah. Damien has said he would go and collect the payment and then distribute it back at the inn. If you're willing, if you want to go tag along with him, that's fine.
I'd probably tag along with him so I could get my money up front.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the payment for this job, you get a lot less than given there's 10 of you. So it's only going to come to 20 gold pieces rather than 200 split between for 6. But yeah, Damien's happy to hand over 20 gold pieces to you as soon as he gets the pouch.
Well, I don't have enough to be able to go buy a spell or even put it in my book, so I'd just probably wander around for a bit because I'm poor.
Yeah. Damien gives you a nod and heads on back to the Hero's Respite, where the rest of you are now sat down having your drinks. As you do, Tartarus returns first, not having travelled as far as Rose has, for Rose strolls in. And Rose, that slight guiding nudge is pointing you towards Kaha, of all people.
I'm going to go over to Kaha and ask if I can see the trident.
I'm just gonna, like, while holding it, point at it.
Do you mind if I examine that?
Oh yeah, Chris.
Seems quite strange.
I mean, it's cool as fuck. You can look at it.
Did I identify the trident and the thing? Because that's what I did say I was going to do first session.
You did not, because you weren't here, so...
I was going to say, because that's what I said at the end of last session. The very first thing I wanted to do is identify the potion, I think it was, and the trident.
The potions
Was it the totem or the potion?
So I didn't hear because people were talking.
The potions were potions of water.
There were 2 items. Oh, the little thing that I put in Rose's chest.
The artifacts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would need to borrow the pearl off of Dolashara to do that. And during the night, Dol wandered off for a short while before heading to bed. So...
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
Can I examine the trident looking for any markings or anything like that?
Give me an Arcana check.
Just so you're
Anything
aware,
I
I'm not
might
handing it over,
recognise.
I'm still holding on to it.
Okay, I'll kind of just sort of
I'm letting you look at it, but you
from
can't,
across
you
the
can't take it
table.
off me.
Are you putting it? I wasn't going to take it off you. If you can keep hold of it, I just want to kind of look over it.
That is fine.
Yep, I don't have a Scooby What's it.
Yeah, no, you don't have an idea what the trident is.
Leave the investigations to the wizards.
But that nudge is not towards the trident, it's towards Kaha himself.
Okay. Sorry, Kaha, where are you from? What brings you here, of all places?
I am from I'm from overseas. I'm from a little village near Vasselheim.
And what brings you to be in the company of these people?
They helped me fight some zombies once.
Okay. I feel drawn to you. I feel like I'm not sure yet.
Do you mean drawing of me? I don't know how you can draw to.
Something's telling me that I need to get to know you. I need to. This is just sounding like a bad pickup line.
Yeah, Doll's literally in stitches, assuming this is a pickup going on.
Well, Rose isn't charismatic.
No, Rose is just looking genuinely confused and just sits down and is like, yeah.
As this awkward conversation is happening, Bryce returns with a very small pouch of money for himself. Damien in tow doles out 20 gold pieces to everybody sat around the table.
I'm going to very slowly count my money, having to restart a couple of times.
I'm going to turn up.
So, guys, I've been thinking, and we don't seem to make a lot of money recently. How about we find something bigger to do?
Wait, you're saying we can have more than 20 gold?
Yes.
How much are we talking? Are we talking like 22?
How about we go find this assassin? I bet they have a pretty good bounty on him. If someone finds him.
So, can I come in now?
Yeah, you walked in with Damien.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I think I might be able to help with that. Thanks to a bit of experience in my background, I've got a few connections that might be able to help. Either with getting some jobs or with maybe hunting the assassin.
I think investigating the assassin would be better.
Over.
Unless you guys have a better idea.
A life has been taken. I feel it would be balanced to at least investigate, bring this man to justice.
So,
I don't think one man did this alone.
Well, it's
And
just,
we don't know if they'll go after anyone who's associated with him. I mean, we've done jobs for him, some of us.
Yeah.
was it the Margrave of?
Western.
Yeah.
When we,
Right. Well,
Can Sam pull Doll aside, talk to him?
Yep. Sam pulls
Doll?
on your sleeve. Doll.
I'll bring my drink with me.
Doll, I just had a thought. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be, but wasn't the last thing the Margrave were going to do was talk to my parents?
Yeah, he was gonna try and yeah.
Do you
What,
think my
you think-
parents? Do you think they might have something to do with this?
Are your parents like that? I mean, I know they sent somebody after you.
Considering they sent the clasp after me, I don't know what. I don't even know them anymore. They weren't like that when I was younger, but I don't even know if I can trust them, and I'm worried because they might be mean people, but they're my parents, and if this is them, I don't want them to get in trouble.
So you like them, you don't want them to get in trouble if it is them, but you're worried it is them, you want to make sure it's not them, but you're worried it might be them.
I know it's confusing, but they are my parents.
Well, I mean,
Like, I just don't want them to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, maybe a jail sentence would do them, but not hurt. And if we're going to go after them and it is them, how do we know the others won't hurt them? The only people that know about them is you and Tartarus.
well, good point. I guess once we start investigating and looking into it, we could do some private
let's keep-
looking with Tartarus.
Let's keep
see if
this
it is your
between us
parents
just now.
first.
Let's keep this between us just now. Let's not tell the others. I don't want to,
Yeah.
fill them with like false hope, confidence, or I don't want to fill them with falseness of something that might not even be true. It's just something that pops into my head.
if I may, being a former bounty hunter who has hunted the class and just any form of criminal, with my high passive perception, would I at least be able to roll to see if I perked up and caught like any form of that? Because that's sort of what my background is and what I would do.
They've gone fairly far aside, so roll me a perception check.
Not bad, not bad. I mean, I don't mind doing it, say, against stealth with advantage or whatever it is, to be like them trying to hush and hide it.
Well, I don't think Doll would have stayed anywhere within earshot of anybody.
I know it's just a case of it's what my character is, the observant feat, high passive perception, bounty hunter, listening out for
Doll's
any...
too cagey to be anywhere near anybody who would overhear Bryce yet.
You're aside, so you're visible, but you're not audible. So
Would I be able to
You-
see any lips at all?
not their lips, no, they're sort of away, hushed. But you can see Sam's tense about it all in their conversation.
So yeah, I think first we should go and investigate.
I mean, I think we should hear what Sam and Dole have to say first. They didn't comment on it.
That's fine.
The two of
I'll say
them.
to Sam before we join back up with him, we should talk to Tartarus about it at some point. He was there. He might be able to help.
Okay.
The two of them return and sit back down. As you two sit back down, Damien's just like, it's good to know you planning about the assassin and all that. We got a bit of a thing to talk about. And he looks over at Bryce. You know, the thing we found.
Oh, Cabot, sorry. I've only got like 3 hours sleep, so you're gonna have to be a bit simpler. Oh, you want about the little thing that,
artifact.
yeah. Well, if it's okay with Dole, I'd like to try and identify it, but for that I might need to borrow the pearl again.
You can borrow it.
Yeah. And Kaha, my lovable man,
What's up?
you want me to be able to identify your trident?
It depends.
I will sit in front of you for 10 minutes and then tell you everything about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm gonna just pull out my book with the pearl slotted between the pages as I first do the trident, because I'm assuming that Kaha would be watching me like a hawk from the moment that it's on the table away.
And he's keeping his hand on it.
I don't know if that would interfere. It doesn't say anything about that wouldn't interfere, but
He is not letting his trident go.
God. Really? Should I? Oh wait, I'm sorry, I didn't read the back.
What level are you casting Identify out?
Well, it's a ritual, so I can do it up to 3rd level as a ritual without using a spell slot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be doing my identify at max level on both things.
So it's 3rd level.
Yeah.
You sit down, your hand sort of hovering over this trident. You spend a good amount of time dwelling on this. Whoever's crackling, can you?
Sorry.
That's really loud.
I didn't realise how loud that was today. I'm trying to find how to turn my mic down.
And I've turned you down for a sec.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I'll turn
So all of
myself
you were
right
sat there watching as Bryce sets his book out, puts the pearl between, then runs his hand not on the trident but over it, with Kaha's stare very intently at what Bryce is doing. And this trident is ancient. It is called Drown, and it contains a small piece of the Princess of Evil Water, or Hydra.
Have you got this in the handout?
It is in the handout, yes.
Thank you.
not all the details, because it is shown to Kaha, but it is a +1 magic weapon with an extra 1d8 cold damage on hit. With it, you can speak Aquan fluently, and you have resistance to cold damage.
Oh, we already had that.
We'll now have it again. Because resistance
And once a day, you can cast Dominate Monster, DC 17, on a water element. Water elementals only.
That's still fucking awesome.
But, Bryce, as you run your hands over the magic, revealing its secrets, you see that this weapon inspires immense greed on the wielder, making the wielder incredibly covetous of not just the weapon, but of anything they might possess.
Cursed.
So it's cursed, basically.
Yeah, and the barnacles forming on his skin are a cause of the trident.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I will keep a note of that specifically, but I'll relay everything else back to, obviously, Carter so he will understand. I'll do it in like layman's terms.
To Kaha, yeah.
The Carhartt, yes, you know what I meant. I'm tired, I'm sorry. Been up since 6 and 3 hours sleep. And then afterwards I would sit and do the artifact.
Yeah. At this point, everybody's just getting more drinks. It's like a little show watching you as you cast these arcane spells. For the artifact, however, no matter how much magic you pour into this ritual, you cannot get anything off of it.
The Bryce is going to have a puzzled and concerned look simultaneously come across his face. As he looks over the artifact in hand.
Kaha, make me an intelligence check, please.
Oh god, he's going to fail.
Has that come through? It's not showing up on my...
Kaha? Willoughby? You there?
The curse got him.
Dillaby. Technical issues, everybody. This is great. Just what I needed.
Could I roll an intelligence check?
No, this is tied specifically to him.
Damn it! I wanted to be useful.
No, this is tied to him personally. It won't. Oh dear. Dillaby? Hello.
Oh.
You're making sound.
Sorry.
Intelligence check, please.
Oh, that's going to go fantastically.
That's what I said.
Oh, motherfuckers. Who's done now?
Of course.
Right. You the longer you stare at this artifact, the more you remember this is one of the 3 objects depicted on the wall.
Guys,
Yeah.
I know what it is.
What
You've
is it?
seen it?
I mean, I don't know what it is, but I've seen it before. It was on the wall.
On the wall?
Oh, you weren't here. Right. So, I've spent many, many years caretaking this amazing religious site to the Stormbringer, just me alone. It was pretty epic. Anyway, deep down, underneath it, in some forgotten tunnels, I found a wall depicting some events. There was like a circle with different events going on. This was on that wall.
Well, I think, Kaha, we may have to go and investigate this at one point.
I can take you there. It's fucking cool. I hope you like the sea. It's near the sea.
I like the sea. I'm from the sea.
The sea is good.
Yes, it is.
Are
We've
there
got the bag
good
of holding, we can keep it in for safekeeping, so no one, we don't want to carry that out in the open.
Definitely. And I hand back the pearl along with it.
I pass the pearl back to him after a minute. You can pay me back for it at some point.
Thank you. I'll use it whenever I can to help. I mean, the fact that you say I'm paying you back, it makes me assume that you time.
I'm not short of cash at the moment, so
I haven't travelled with other people in a while.
just take good care of it. My brother left it for me for some bizarre reason.
I will do. And I'll pop it in the same, not that you guys would know this, but it's the same pocket that the spider sleeps in. So the spider is now guarding the pearl. Because yes, I am awesome. So, as Tartarus said earlier about hunting down the potential assassin, what do you people think we should do?
We should find the place of his death, first of all.
Is Western on the way to the wall, Kaha?
Shit, where was my religious site?
You were on the eastern coast, so no.
So no, yeah, I thought so. Where's Westrun?
I feel like I need to see this place.
Where's Westrun?
In the middle,
In the middle. Where are
basically
we
in the
relation
middle
to
of
it?
the continent, southwest of here.
Southwest? No. The wall is the other way. The wall is to the east.
So I guess we have a dilemma here. Do we go for the wall first, or do we go for finance first?
Well, I don't think the assassination, I mean, if there's a bounty for that, I don't think that's going to wait.
That's true.
There might be quite a few people going after that.
Exactly.
And there was no one near the wall, was there, Kaha, whenever you left? No one was disturbing it, were they?
I mean, the reason I went there was to be alone, so no.
And then that should keep okay a little bit longer.
Should do. It's kept. It looked ancient. Surely it can stand. It's a wall, for fuck's sake.
Are you sure it's a wall?
I mean, it could be. It could be a door that I didn't know how to open.
Could be.
I think we might need to have a full examination of this, but after we get our bounty.
Very well.
Sam,
There's
you've been very quiet during these deliberations. What do you think of this?
I don't really mind. Whatever you guys think, I'll go along.
Okay.
Well, first of all, we have to learn if there is even a bounty.
Let me put my feelers out about that.
I mean, they might know the estate. They have things.
From what the town crier was saying, they don't know the identity of the assassin. They just know that the Margrave was rammed through with a blade.
Yeah.
Can I use my background feature? Because it says any city I'm in, I can get access to contacts, either from the criminal underworld, the rough and tumble folk in the streets, or members of high society. Just to see if there is any information about this, and if there's a bounty out that's being spread around. Obviously, I would be getting up and going to explore to find it. I'm not just going to sit at the table and assume I get the information magically.
You can easily ask around. Who you'll come across, you don't know.
My background states specifically that I have it. It's part of my features. I have these people to contact in every city.
Okay, what type of person are you? Is the question.
I'll go with folk of the streets for now because we're hunting a criminal. So I'll be finding that almost like going to an urchin who's like the whisper. Here's the whispers of what's what. All that. The people that sort of get ignored, so they know all the information because everyone just forgets they're there.
Yeah, so you go to sort of you leave the rest in their conversation. So take a bit of time to wander the streets and catch an eye of a few people who linger in the street almost aimlessly, but have their eyes and ears everywhere. You go and talk to them. You slip them a few coins here and there for payment of information. The case of the assassin, as it stands now, they have no idea exactly who this person is. They do know it was one individual from word of mouth passed along the chain of information.
I'd ask them if they know of any bounty either placed or being placed, of like the guards or any official type people have made a statement regarding it.
Western is in full military curfew, but there has been no stated bounty as there is no identity on the assassin.
I think we should go there and take permission from someone to investigate.
So I'll come back and relay all this information, and I'll leave a gold coin for the people.
Yeah.
I'll come back and relay all the information. But with the whole, the one thing I would say about this though, in my past as a bounty hunter, if you take a job prematurely, you don't always get paid. Sometimes you have to wait for it to be put up. Going there doesn't. They could assume that you know something and detain you instead.
Well, by the time we travel there, it's not like it's a short stroll. There could be a bounty in place.
So, with all due respect to my tall chum, with your axe and that lovely mask, I assume you don't exactly come across as the friendliest of person at times.
I'm always friendly.
Uneducated people tend to make uneducated leaps, and sometimes I find it easier to go, we found the person, look, we've got someone here, and pin it on the most obvious looking person without bothering to do the work because it's easier for them.
But it doesn't really matter because we can prove that Tartarus has been with us the whole time.
Yeah, but a ragtag group of adventurers against all the military.
Are you guys afraid for my safety?
Oh no, I see what you can do.
They do that, and yeah, if they accuse you and you put up a fight, you can validate those accusations.
Hasn't run into any trouble yet.
Don't worry. If I get into trouble, I can easily get out of it. Let's say.
I hope you're a smooth talker with it, because otherwise it might. If it's anything other than smooth talking, it can you. I have learnt this from experience.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But first we should see. We should go and see. Who's in charge now, or something.
Let me send off.
Even if there is not a bounty, there is no way that if someone brings them the person responsible, they won't give them anything.
Would need proof though, because otherwise we could have just any of the kids off the street. Why don't I send out through my contacts? Why don't I send out feelers to everyone to let us know the moment a bounty is posted, and we can then go full ham on it.
Whatever you guys think.
I've got connections in Nobles and Highfolk as well. They'll be able to tell more likely, and maybe even hear from the. So we might even be able to find out and plan the bounties.
Sounds like a waste of time waiting around to hear back.
But we could do other things during this time, such as visit the wall.
The other direction would be even further away.
But we know we've got a guaranteed thing there, whereas if we go back to a place that's in military curfew.
Why don't we vote or something?
I vote we get more mead.
Seems like somebody's got his priorities set.
You can have mine, Kaha.
Oh, I like this guy. See, he's a nice guy. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
I'm not saying otherwise. I'm saying, well, Zach might hurt a fly, but I'm saying it's. I mean, look at you as well. Because you don't look like normal people. People jump to a conclusion that, oh no, you're big and scary when
At this
you're
point, I'm going to
like a
stand
little spider.
I'm going to stand and square up to the wizard.
Exactly my point. You look big and scary when actually you're sweet. And I'm going to have my spider crawl out onto my face to just back him off with the intimidation act.
At which point, I jump back, squeal like a little girl, and hide behind Sam.
The spider will crawl back down into the pocket.
Sam also lets out low.
So, I think we should get a head start in the investigation and not wait for a bounty.
So that's 1-4. What do you think, Rose?
I'm following the group. I want to check out the wall. I need to know why I'm still here, but while I'm here, I suppose I can do some good.
Yeah, you can have a voice in this.
Let's go investigate what happened and hopefully bring someone to justice. I'm not too worried about the money, it's more the balance of things.
I am. I need some new spells.
Okay. Dol,
Westrom.
Sam,
I'll follow the group.
okay then. Then I guess we go to Western.
So you decide. The four quite happy to stay behind and keep working as they are. You rest, spend the day prepping, collecting your carts. Tartarus, you return and have Lightbane now engraved in your axe.
At one point, though, I would have liked to have had a word with just me and Sam.
Yeah.
And no one was tucked away.
Minus 20 gold, right?
Minus 20 gold, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm already feeling like the dad of the group because my character and I would do. Sam, do you mind if I just, or if we just have a quick,
Sure. What is it?
I know it's not much my business, but is everything okay? When you pulled Doll aside, I couldn't help but notice you were very on edge.
Oh, yeah, everything's all right. Just let's just say some stuff in my past is coming back to haunt me, I'm afraid. But at least it might be. I'm not 100% sure.
You're talking to a bounty hunter. I know exactly what it's like. You. But I mean, again, I know I'm not one of your close people, but if you ever want to have, say, a professional ear in regards to something like that, I'm more than happy to try and be of service.
Thank you for your offer. I'm not quite ready to talk about it quite yet. The only reason I pulled Dol aside is because he was there when all of it went down. I think if he wasn't, I wouldn't have mentioned it to anyone. But I will take you up on your offer if I ever feel like I'm ready to talk.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that you could.
Thank you.
No problem. So, come the next day, you pack up your things. Damien's group has already hired out a fresh job and have headed off. They bid their farewells. You take your horse and cart. Was it?
I think at some point I'd also want to pull Tartarus aside along with like Dol, and like we'd tell him what like I told Dol.
Yeah, so on the journey back to Adrian,
I feel like this is like the most unsettled pulling aside ever. Just everyone's yanking each other backwards and forwards across the room.
Kinky. One of the evenings you set
Well, Rose, there's just me and Rose just like drinking away, having a chat. While everyone's being pulled aside for these little side chats.
Yeah, and Tartarus has his sleeve tucked by Sam, and you head off to the side, Dol joining you as the other three huddle around the campfire.
I'll like relay to him everything that I told Dol.
Yeah, it's funny how it's only the three of us left from the original group, isn't it?
I know. Speaking of the original group, I had another thought that I only recently had it while we were walking. I haven't told you this either, Dol. Do you think Doc might be involved in any of this?
Dick.
It's possible, but I mean, it could be anyone.
Because he's just the thought he might have been involved.
Well, he is with a clasp, so if the clasp did the killing.
Exactly, and my fear is that my parents might have hired the clasp again, and specifically Doc.
Is there
I
a
know,
reason?
like,
Is there a reason why your parents would want the leader of Western dead?
last thing I remember is after I left was him going to talk to them about hiring the clasp. So maybe he got too deep. Maybe he figured something out about them that
True.
he wasn't supposed to know. So they hired him. I know I'm just going off, nothing here. It's just a thought that came to mind, and it might be nothing. I might be worrying over nothing, and I might be worrying you guys over nothing.
Actually, that's a good lead.
To be safe. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good thought. I guess we have to go there and learn what happened after we left. Where did he go last?
Yeah, and try not to kill Sam's parents if they are involved. Sorry, Sam.
I really want to know about this thing. Life would just find it hilarious and awkward at the same time. But
As long as they don't try to kill me, I won't kill them.
So you guys spend the next few days traveling slowly back to Westron, the month of Quempler passing behind you as you move into the penultimate month of the year, Curacao. And as you approach Westron, you see that its gates are shut. But there are men stood atop the parapet above the gate. And as you trundle in, one of them raises his hand out towards you. Halt!
Hello there. Hello, my good sir. How are you?
State your business.
Work.
What kind of work are we talking?
Oh, with recent news, we're mainly looking to find out if there might be a bounty available and any information.
There's a request for information paid on the Margrave. If you have any for son who has taken over temporary leadership of the city, then we can afford to escort you. However, I will say you must follow our instructions to the letter and cause no trouble.
Sure.
Of course, I wouldn't assume any other way.
He gives you a sharp look.
Hey, Bryce is charming. I'm not.
The benefits of wearing a mask. No one can see your expressions.
He gives you all sort of a stern gaze. Open the gate, small cart, let him in. The gate, portcullis rises, cranking just enough to let you go underneath before it slams down shut again behind you. I recommend you find yourself somewhere, put your heads down. Military curfew after nightfall. Nobody is meant to be out on the streets. And it's clear.
Aye, Captain.
Good. Be on your way. Don't cause us any trouble.
So who's in charge here?
Well, currently I am running this gate, but
No, I mean,
Margrave Zimmerset's son is currently taken over as a temporary Margrave until a full election can be made.
okay, can we go meet him?
He is not taking any guests at this time unless you have any information on.
Yes, we may have some.
Present yourself in front of the Margrave's keep. State your intentions clearly to those gates. They will retrieve a steward to bring you up to the current Margrave.
Okay.
He stands there waiting for you to go.
I would have headed off with a polite nod in his direction before turning and making my way.
As we're going
Yeah.
away, I'm just going to lean in and go, what information do we have?
None.
Well, Sam,
Yes.
we could use what you told us.
My eye is perking. My eyebrow is perking to the sky. My ears are.
You already walked off, haven't you?
No, I said I'd begin walking off. I assumed that the whole group would be going. That's why.
It's on you guys.
I wouldn't walk away from the group.
I'm going to just like I said to you earlier, I don't know if that information is correct. We don't want to fill people with false whatever. We don't want to give false information that we have no claims to back up.
I know, but if we can talk to his son, We can ask him where he went last, if he made contact with your parents at all. I mean, we don't need to tell him exactly everything, just enough to get us a speech with him.
I mean,
Sam's
I don't know what the fuck you're on
Sam's
about.
glaring. Sam's glaring because she didn't want Tartarus to mention her parents. This was supposed to be.
I'm gonna call a short break there. 10 minutes. My dog has just smashed a glass on the floor, and I need to go tidy it up before she walks in. It's 10-minute break.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Sure, Sam.
It's all right.
Honestly, Tartarus.
It's not my fault, it's his fault.
It's whose fault?
It's Tartar's fault, it's not my fault.
That it's the type of thing Tartarus would do, to be fair. So
Yeah.
Well, now I know something's going on with your family. Well, at least I have an inkling.
would you know about Sam being like a noble because you've got connections with nobles? Do you think?
I mean, to be fair, I could probably, if you want me to do a roll to find out, I'm happy.
It's
I've
well,
got
it's up to
connections-
you what your character would do. It's just I was generally wondering because you're mentioning how you've got things with nobles. Is like, would he know I was a noble?
I guess he could learn if he, investigated or something.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
because I've got contacts in members of high society, Russian Street, the criminal underworld. I've got people all over that can give me information on everything, basically. I mean, I'm a bounty hunter, so if there was ever a bounty put up on trying to get you back,
Yeah,
probably
there
would've-
was. So,
But that was to the class, but I don't think the class would give out extra information outside of their ranks. But you
but I have
probably pick up on
associates
like the
in the
accent
criminal
being quite
underworld.
posh.
So
Yeah,
my
but
thing-
class were quite closed off. They don't let outsiders.
I'm saying I might have some information. Pardon me. I might have at least, if not all of it, I might at least know of part of it.
don't do a doc and find out all the information.
Be back in a sec.
I need to check my background to see where my base of operations to be. Aw. I'm reading his background and I forgot just how sad I made some of it. No! Why did I write him to have some backstory? Ooh! That did not sound good.
That is me tidying up the glass shard.
No, I thought it sounded like more breaking.
No, what my dog's done is knocked over a small stand which had a glass on, and it shattered everywhere. Because she can't keep her fat ass out of the way of small tables.
No. Bless her.
Hello? Still on quiet. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay. I thought I lost sound then. It just went completely silent for the past
Oh
minute
no,
or
we decided just to be quiet.
so.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Are we still on a break?
I'm
Can you
back.
not hear the sounds of tidying?
Ordering food. Oh, I
We'll
want to
go
order food now. But I'm poor. But I also want chips from the chippy.
I fancy the Chinese.
I don't like Chinese.
Michelle already.
Oh,
I hope we can actually find something.
What did I miss? Did we literally just? Are we still trying to get in?
We're still on the road, I think.
Cool.
hey Shire. Hot brownies or normal brownies? I don't know hot. So I know, that's why I wanted. I will say yes to some brownies. Just don't use all my eggs.
I was going to make eggless brownies.
Oh, wait, Kate, can you give me some scrambled egg? I'm in D&D at the moment. You know what it's like. Thank you. Oh, you're such a lovely husband.
Excuse me?
I said you'll be such a lovely husband.
That's what you actually said.
No, you didn't.
I'm not your husband. We are not married.
We're basically married.
It's basically the same. We are not.
We share finances.
No.
So do a lot of people who live together. Not married.
We're more of a couple than fucking Chris and Shelley. I say whilst on chat to Chris.
Did you get the Switch?
No.
You haven't gone back.
No, I haven't been back yet. Chris, have you got my Switch?
No, we haven't. We have not got your Switch.
Where's my fucking Switch?
You definitely have that. We didn't take it with us. He must have left it on the sofa or something.
Is everyone back yet?
Yep. I think so.
Nothing with clothes. There's nothing in the dining room.
Have you found the Switch?
No! I'm just being a dick to Shire.
Are we all back now?
Oh, God, I'm so tired. Hello. Are we all back?
Arson, Sam, Dillaby,
I'm here.
Tartarus.
Yep.
Right.
We're back.
So, you all head now through the busy streets. Not as busy as they were for those of you who had been there not long ago, but still full of people as you progress towards the Opal Ward. You pull up your cart outside the keep where a few guards, a lot more than normal, 6 rather than the typical 2, stand at the entrance. One of them steps forward. What can I do to help you?
Hello, my good man. We are here to speak with the Margrave's son. Some of us have information that might be of interest regarding his father's recent passing.
One moment. He'll step through the door and head up the stairs as the door shuts behind him. You wait a few minutes, a sort of tense silence between you and the guards who are watching you
I'm with you.
very intently.
I wouldn't be tense at all. I'd be smiling away.
About 2 minutes pass before the guard steps out again with a man finely dressed, obviously not of noble standing. I will be taking you to see Master Brandon. Is there anything else you wish to notify us of?
No.
Very well. You may leave your weapons within your cart and follow me.
I'm gonna stay with the cart, guys.
Sure. I'm just gonna leave my dagger there. I don't have my axe on.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, I'll be going in.
I'll stay and keep Kaha company.
Okay. Sam, you going in?
I'm going to have to. I have the information.
Thing I technically don't have weapons. I'm good.
For Sam and Tartarus, you're the familiar route upstairs to the late Margrave's office. There is a knock. You're guided in. For those of you, it's a fairly austere office. A plain desk with stacks of paper, a few seats for the convenience of more noble guests. But what there is a singular red stain in the carpet of the floor. It spans quite a large radius and is soaked in. But at the far window, looking out onto the streets of Western, is for Sam and Tartarus a much younger looking version of Margrave Somerset that you'd met ago. But for those of you who haven't, he's got very strikingly clear brown hair with a small pointed beard as he stands with his hands behind his back. I heard you had information.
Yes. First of all, I want to express my condolences about your father. We did work with him for a bit. So how did the assassin get inside his office, I guess?
We're not here to discuss how my father died. We're here to discuss what information you have, as I believe you've mentioned.
Yeah. So the last time we left, we had some words with your father, and he was gonna do something, some serious accusations.
He was going to speak to the Ashtons.
My ear is packing up here.
Last time we left him, he was going to speak to Lord and Lady Ashton about a recent problem that they had involving the clasp, in which they hired them to kidnap a certain individual.
His head turns slightly as if he's looking over his shoulder, but you can't see his eye. Is that so? Go on.
The thing is, we need some more info as to make sure that we are correct.
We wouldn't want to feed you for anything that may be false. Hence the reason we need to know where and how he was murdered.
You can see where he was murdered right there. Blade through the heart. Captain was at the door. Slit throat. Only thing we know is it was one person.
With my background, would I have any sort of knowledge or little, like, even if it's like a history check of someone that has a similar signature?
It's a very generic way of
Oh, it's
killing
just like a
someone.
generic. Okay.
He was run through the heart, so
Did the assassin left anything behind?
nothing, not a trace.
Anything taken in particular?
Nothing taken.
While they're talking, if there are windows, can Rose just sort of casually on the edge of any signs of like damage or recent repair?
Investigation check, please.
Dice don't fail me now.
They're going to fail you.
You failed me.
The windows look untouched. The fact that the captain of the guard, who was stood outside the office, had his throat slit implies that whoever it was came through the hallway and through a window.
Okay.
Do you
So we'll
have?
be looking around outside, for any signs of like where something might have been broken into rather than coming in through the main entrance.
There's no sign of all the doors
Sign of
look.
forced entry sort of thing.
And any gaps on the estate or anything?
No. But as he dwells on your information, he pauses again and turns properly to look at you all. You mentioned the Ashtons,
Yes.
and
They're-
you are.
My name is Sam.
His eyebrow raises.
I assume you know who I am then.
Your appearance is strikingly familiar.
Yes. Okay. I am Samantha Anastasia Ashton. I am the daughter. I am with the one we
He
want.
raises his hand. Don't need the spiel.
Look, I fear my parents might have been involved, as well as someone else that we know. His name was Dokafar. He may have had a hand in this. My thought is he knew your father. He worked with your father. So the fact that there's no sign of breaking in may mean that he was trustworthy enough to be invited back in and, assassinated him without his knowledge of, that he was going to do it because he was trusted. And that my parents might have put him up to it because they've worked with the class before, and they've worked with the
Sam.
class before.
It's fine. The fact of the point is, we want to conduct a private investigation, if you allow it.
No, your information is enough. You may leave. I have heard of Dr. Farr before from a few of my father's notes. A drow, correct?
Correct.
Very good, Miss Ashton. I may have further questions for time, but for now, please leave.
Of course.
Sure.
Like, bow my head out of respect.
We said too much. You shouldn't have told him about Doc.
We had to. It might have been him.
Yeah, I know, but he might have let us investigate further. Now he knows pretty much everything.
Well,
But
if it were me, I'd want to know who killed my parents. As jerkish as they may be, I would want to know. He has a right to know who did this to his father. We need to give him all the information that he needs.
I agree with both of you on this, but as he deserves to know the information, but there's also timing for optimum benefit.
exactly.
So he
Can
wasn't
I-
saying not to tell him now. He was saying it would have
For
been
now.
like more to get more information and feed more back to
But I'm not an expert in this.
I
I
know.
had information. I told him the information. That's all he wanted. Speaking of information, that is the information that I was reluctant to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we could
I'm
go.
just gonna mute this.
Maybe we could go and ask someone else that would know more. I would say to go and talk to the clasp. But
I mean, you guys are entirely welcome. Look around, but as you are leaving, the sun is slowly beginning to set. And with the
We
night
better go.
curfew.
let's go talk with the others first.
I think first things first. Yes, talk with the others, but we need to find a place to stay because if we need like this investigation, we can't be on the guard. We may need their assistance with it. And by that I mean we may need them to look the other way at one.
So the four of you are escorted out. Kaha and Dol, you've not noticed any form of entry, as it were, any forced entry. But the others hop back into the cart, and you are now looking for somewhere to stay before caught out in the after hours.
Should we go to the inn?
Same place we stayed the last time.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you head to the Sun-Kissed Tavern and Inn. Setting aside your cart to a nearby table, paid up with 5 gold, 5 silver pieces for the night.
5 silver, okay.
Hey, Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could put your people in this place. Learn something.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll have to probably do it in the morning now, because depending on the type of people to get a hold of, I'll have to be a bit more careful. But in the morning, I can definitely have a look around.
Of course, now with the curfew, the class will definitely be out there.
I mean, what I know of the class, it is a fair assumption, but it is still an.
I have no
It
idea
is-
what you guys are wrong about, but who wants a drink?
So yeah, we're gonna tell them what happened.
Tell them what happened, and I'll give Kaha drinks.
Yes.
So what do you think we should do next?
Dol's going to excuse himself because he just wants to walk by the forge, not stop at it, but just walk by to make sure Dal's there safe.
Girl's dead. What? Spoiler alert.
Alright. It's going to be 5 silver pieces per person for room and board per night.
Is that shared rooms?
Per person. As the prices have
I've
gone up.
already took it off my character sheet.
You enter the sun is telling in, and it is a lot quieter than when you last saw it. With the curfew, not many people can stay out too late. But there are individual rooms and shared rooms.
I'm gonna go to the innkeeper.
Yeah. So a fairly surly-looking half-orc stands there, cleaning his bar as you approach.
Hey there.
I remember you. What can I get you?
That's something without alcohol.
Can just get you a full flagon of water if you wish.
Sure.
Most people seem to be drinking these.
So, did you hear any, interesting information about the assassination or something?
Only heard that he'd been run through with a blade. Everybody guesses it's the clasp, but you can never tell.
So everyone says it's the clasp.
It's what most people think. The go-to.
And what if someone wants to contact the clasp? How would they do it?
That I'm not going to touch with a 10-foot pole, my friend. Better off that you stay well away from them.
Yeah, I guess you can't really find them. They find you, right?
They have their ears here and there. If you're looking for them.
They must have ears.
But no.
But you must have heard some rumors about some places or something.
I tend to keep my ears clean of it. I don't bother with them, they don't bother with me. Now, if you need anything else, I'm happy to stay away from questions like that.
I'm going to go up to the bar, order round of drinks someone else forget. Basically the equivalent of like whiskey with just ice.
For just sort of the general ales, 2 copper pieces. For the whiskey, it is copper pieces.
It's like I'll pop down like 5 gold for like rooms for the night, and just like open a tab basically. And regrettingly inform Kaha that drinks are all paid for.
Yes! Barkeep, I'll have your biggest flagon of mead.
He quite happily sets down a heavy flagon in front of you. You'd be looking for rooms then? A few of the larger ones available, a few of the smaller ones. If the lady wants privacy, there's a few individual.
What do you think, Sam? Would you like your own room? Calling out over my.
I don't mind. I've shared with Dol before, so it's not a big problem.
Shall we get a couple of shared rooms? I mean, Rose doesn't sleep, but I'm sure she might like the comfort of space. But so we'll get. Have you got 3 double rooms?
He checks his ledger, which he keeps under. Yeah, only two double rooms at the moment. Can stick you in a 3 and have a spare bed if you really wish.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Very well. You've covered all the expenses.
Oh, by the way, there wouldn't be anyone that has like any shopkeeper that may have a debt or something. You know.
With respect, keep me out of that type of business.
So you want to tell me that you, an innkeeper, have not heard any kind of dumb information from other shopkeepers or people around here,
He's
or even
he's,
drunkards?
he's starting to bristle at this point, getting very irate at the questions.
Right. Tartarus, I think you may have to lead us now. We'll talk to other people in the morning. He's made it very clear that it's not his interest right now.
Okay. Sorry to bother you. And I'm gonna leave him a gold coin.
He takes it very carefully off the table. Puts it in a pouch, watching you as you leave.
I'm not leaving. I was going to order some food.
But the food is covered in the cost.
No, sweet.
I am drinking until the tab runs out.
Make me constitution check, please, Kaha.
Just a check, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
So you go quite strongly for a long, drinking ale after ale into your bar tab, as it were. And it's now very late into the night before feeling particularly tipsy.
Right. So who's bunking with who?
Well, we've got whoever's the largest, should put the two largest in the one with the extra.
Yeah, I feel like
room there.
Tartarus and Kaha should go in the 3 because there's the most space.
And
Paul
then
and Salma room.
I'd be myself and Rose.
I don't need a room. I can just wait out.
Yeah, but we've paid for the room anyway, so you've got a space.
Thank you. That's very kind.
So Kaha and Tartarus, Dol and Sam,
Yeah.
and Bryce and Rose. Okay. You all begin to settle down for the night.
When we
Yes.
get in the room, I'm going to ask Bryce what he knows about. Is it the Stormbringer?
The Stormbringer, yeah.
As obviously I'd have only sort of known about the Wild Mother theme.
Is that religion check?
Yeah, religion.
Yeah, not too much.
It's the Storm Lord.
Stormlord.
Have I been getting that wrong this entire game?
Yes.
Shit, sorry.
Honestly, know your deity.
You know that the Storm Lord his domain covers mostly tempest and war and the ocean. People pray to him for safety at sea. But other than that, you can't recall any particular details about him.
I'll relay what I can.
Okay.
Let's see. Rose, have you figured anything out recently? Your purpose? Because I know you've been a bit struggling with that.
I saw my life when I died, and someone or something spoke to me. I don't know what it means. I always assumed if anybody wanted something from me, it would be the one. I don't think this was her.
I mean, it wasn't wild mother magic. I don't think so. I'd be a bit careful with how you go about things, but you know, it's going to be an interesting ride.
I'll keep watch tonight while you sleep. So sit and face the door.
Oh, and knowing that I've got Rose looking with my little spider lying next to me. Not which fortunately doesn't sleep, so my spider might even creep up and just sit on Rose for a bit.
You all finally settle down for the night. Anybody else wishing to speak?
When we first get into the room, I'm gonna just search the entire room.
What for?
Ears.
For bugs.
I was told people have ears everywhere, so I'm gonna look for ears.
You spend a lot of time just checking every nook and cranny for ears. There's no one else in the room except for Tartarus.
Okay, there are only 4 ears in this room, I think we're safe.
You're so cute.
I think you should bring Rose here as well. Since
Rose is rooming with.
Oh well.
Rose is rooming with me.
We're gonna die in our sleep then.
I mean, if you're worried about that, we could take it in turns keeping watch, but I feel pretty safe.
That's fine.
So you settle down for that. Kaha, can you make me a perception check with disadvantage?
Oh shit!
Where's perception?
With disadvantage.
6.
Nope. Thanks to all the alcohol you've been drinking tonight, you don't hear anything particularly out of the ordinary. However, as you all wake up the next morning, Dol, you get up, turn, look, and Sam's bed is entirely empty. And that is where we're stopping for tonight.
Oh,
What?
you fucking prick.
I knew the son killed his father.
Fuck's sake, Sam.
Oh. Dol.
Sam secretly betraying you all.
We're